Hey, good to see you today, my friends. Now, to-do lists are a horrible graveyard. Have you heard of this one before? Most likely, you either agree, say like, hey, it is, I never use a to-do list, or you would say like, hey, well, that is not true because I use to-do list all the time and it is super helpful in whatever I'm doing. Before we go into this, I want to share with you, we've got some cool stuff on my website, lukasshoe.com. If you check that out, my website, because we've got a cool promotion on our courses that we have. And if you check out this video, of course, and you stay until the end, I'm going to give you a special offer through the link that I'm going to give you at the end of this video. Now, for now, let's talk about how to-do lists are a terrible and horrible graveyard. Now, you might be thinking, we've got two kinds of people. People who love to use to-do lists. Now, I'll tell you what, my wife, for example, she loves using to-do lists. She's got to-do lists everywhere. She's got these post-it notes everywhere on the screen every time. And on her phone, she's got these to-do list apps that help her out to think of all kinds of things. But on the other end, you've got those people who hate them very much. Now, I'm not a person who does use them. I'm not a person who hates them as well. I'm somewhere in between. But I'll tell you this. I have a different method that works even better. And this is what successful people use as well. They don't have to be entrepreneurs, but successful people in whatever they do. And this could be people who are promoted, who got a certain job that others didn't yet. Like, I'll give you this example. I was working in the office for not even 2 years yet until I got my promotion to become the head of department. Now, back then I was like, 24 years old to get a promotion and to be leading people who are far more experienced than you are and have far more life experience than you have as well because they're much older than you are. And you're only 24 and you're already leading these people. And these people actually chose me over somebody else. So it is possible to become successful at a younger age and still to be leading people and be an example for other people. Now, then how do you actually apply the method of to-do lists and yet not be digging your own hole and putting everything in a graveyard? Now, graveyard, that might be saying that is a little bit harsh, but hey, to-do list, if you make a to-do list, like so many people that I know, you know what happens? You put the things on your list that are very important. But how many of these things do you tend to do on your to-do list? Do you really tick off all the activities on your to-do list? Because, hey, did you know that there's a research that has been shown, that is conducted in 2018, and it showed that about 40% of the list is being done. The other 60% of the to-do list is never done. People tend to do all the work. They put on the to-do list, but they never do all the work. And that's why I call it's a graveyard. Why? They put all the tasks on that list, but never really do it all. They just tend to do 40% that they think, this is very important. You know what? You need to fill up the list. I got to put in more information. I got to put more stuff on the to-do list. But how much do they really tend to do? That's about 40%. Now, why do we make a to-do list? To do all the activities, not only to do 40% of the activities. That's the thing. You know what I tend to do? I fill up my calendar with activities that I need to finish. And also allocate time to it. How much time do I need to finish a certain activity? And if there are more activities than I can finish on a day, that just means I have to schedule another day. I cannot finish a certain task on this day, on this particular day, because, hey, there's no much time. There's no more time that I have allocated to this, to these tasks that I have on this day. If I can only do 2 things on one day, which I've, reserved and booked on my calendar, then, hey, those are the 2 only things that I can do. And if I finish those 2 and I still have time left, well, I could say to myself, you know what? I'm going to rest for the rest of the day. Or I could take up another task for tomorrow. But hey, that was not allocated on this calendar. So it's not really necessary to do so. And if you live by these standards in your own mind, it completely changes the whole to-do list and using your time. Because you got to see it like this. Time is only used once. You can never get back your time. Money, you can always earn it back. If you spend the money, don't worry, you can earn it back tomorrow. But time is something you will never be able to get back. The moment you spend your time, there's new time tomorrow, but that's the new time. You can't spend that as well. You can't spend time twice. Never. You can't do that. So that's why the moment you start allocating time to a certain time slot for a certain day, and you also select how much time you need for a certain task, you're going to focus more. If you tell yourself, this is an activity that takes about 1 hour of my time, select 1 hour in your calendar and see where you can find 1 hour in your calendar to fix the actual task. And if it's not today, don't worry, it can be tomorrow. It could be the day after. If you start working like that and people know that you will not pick up their task right away, it pops up in their email box or in the task list, then people also know, hey, I just need to book a time with Lukas. That's the moment that when I want to have his attention. To have his attention to focus on a certain task. Get it? So, to-do list, 40% is only done. 60% is thrown away. That means the rest is like a graveyard. It's never used, never done up. Whereas if you stop putting things on your calendar, you'll see, hey, you've got 1 hour to do this certain task. You'll actually finish it in 1 hour. And this is why to-do lists are a horrible graveyard. A place for tasks to be put on, and it's important but not necessary and not urgent enough to do so. So that's why I put them there, but I never do them. Create a calendar. Put the stuff on your calendar. And also put in how much time you need for a certain activity. Because then you've already thought about the activity and you can actually focus on the actual activity. And like that, you can also focus on the things that I have on my website, lukasshu.com. You can check out my courses that I'm teaching to people like you. And I've got cool stuff to share with you as well. Instead of watching all these free videos one by one and hoping that there will be one good enough for you, fitting for you, I created a full web series that has all these tips and hints and common errors that people tend to do when trying to get that promotion. If you want to check that out, go to lukasshu.com/job promo. If you follow that link, you'll see all the cool web series that I have. Currently, if you follow that link, it's completely free. You don't have to pay 1 penny for that. That's the cool part. If you check out my website like that, you have the free access to all the videos that are completely free right now. I'll challenge you to go on the website, get your focus straight, and go check out my website, lukasshu.com/job promo for the free web series of all those tips and hints. I'll see you around, and I'll see you on the next video.